Good morning. This is Bionic Anseng, Francis Coleman, and today we are going to play Suikoden 4, and this episode, how to beat the final boss of Suikoden 4. Suikoden 4 is one of the best games of all time, one of the best series, and with regard to stories, it can match the Final Fantasy series. And considering that all the Suikoden games except those last two recent games, Suikoden 1 to 5 and Suikoden Tactics and the Suikoden series have, even though it occurred in different countries, it's on the same world. So there's a continuity in the stories. So one can argue that this series is better than Final Fantasy. And there's a lot of Suikoden fans here. I'm one of them. And right now, we are going to play Suikoden 4 and how to beat the final boss. To those who are playing Suikoden 4, you may find that the Suikoden 4 final boss is the hardest of all the final boss in this game. I agree, because you need to train your characters in order to overpower this monster, this giant tree. So we're going to load here, Fort El Il. You can see that snow running. So now we are at the final door. We just save our file here. Before we proceed to the final fight, we are going to see the status of our characters. Okay, we got Laszlo here, but was named Francis because of me. So level 68. So weapon level is 15, highest level powered of our weapons. And now this is the most important part, is the rune that we are going to equip. Suikoden series, in order for an attribute or special attack or magic to be used, you have to equip certain runes. So in order to use fire magic, you have to equip fire rune. In order to increase your physical damage with your weapons, you have to equip certain runes which affects those physical damage. So right now, in Laszlo and Francis, his head is the Fury rune. The Fury rune is like an aura. He's covered in red, and the result of which is that the physical attacks have increased. And in the right hand, the rune that we have equipped is the double strike rune, which is also for his physical attacks, and the result of which the physical damage will be doubled. So for example, Laszlo's attack is 300. Because of the double strike rune, one attack of Laszlo will result in 600 physical damage. And on his left is the magic, the rune of punishment, the main rune in this series. Okay, one of our four characters is Snow, the best friend of Laszlo. He has the double strike rune and the warrior rune, both of which affects his physical damage to increase it. Okay, weapon level is 15. Alright. So we also have Kika, one of the best characters here in Suikoden 4. Double strike rune and Falcon rune. Double strike again affects her physical damage, and the Falcon rune is her special weapon, special attack. She also has level 15 weapon. So, and finally we have Ted, who's also has level 15 weapon, but we did not use him here for his physical attacks. We use him for his magic. As you can see, his magic is 212. He's powerful, very powerful magician. 138 Laszlo is average magician. Yes, Ted is a powerful magician, and he has in his head the Rage rune. The Rage rune is the most powerful fire attack in this Suikoden series, other than the True Fire rune. Now, the right is the Soul Eater, one of the 27 true runes, which includes the Rune of Punishment. This Soul Eater is the main rune in Suikoden 1. Okay, so in the left hand, he has we equipped Ted with the Flowing Rune, which connotes that he is our main healer in this fight. Okay, so you got the other equipments here. Speed Ring. Okay, you on the other hand is the support. He will heal our characters after battles. Okay, so let us now go to our final fight.
So, you've returned, O Rune of Punishment.
Returned?
The rune's memories. Among them, did you see a child?
Yes, Laszlo said Laszlo saw that child in one of the Rune of Punishment memories. We have several options here, but I think there's no harm in telling him what Laszlo saw in those visions. That boy wanted some bread.
Bread? Wonderful! I too would like to hold the Rune of Punishment once more and play with those sweet memories. Long ago, that rune chose us. It didn't choose you. This country must grow stronger. The islands, your lives, you exist only to fulfill our destiny, as does the rune. When it comes to a battle of wills, I have no doubt that mine shall prevail against yours.
Alright, so he's gonna unleash his ultimate weapon, and that is the giant tree. This is one nasty boss. When I first played this game back then in 2000, I believe it was 2005. I really had a hard time beating this boss. My first win was a fluke, really. Alright, so now we have 3 enemies here. The 2 Seed of Light and the main enemy is the giant tree. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna eliminate the Seed of Light first before we proceed to attack the giant tree. So, okay. We have an option here. Laszlo will use the Rune of Punishment, Everlasting Mercy. And then Snow will attack 1 Seed of Light. Kika will attack another Seed of Light. And Ted will use the Rage Rune, the most powerful fire weapon in this game, but not in this series. Okay, it has a 700 health power damage to all enemies. Alright, so that's our first attack. Okay. That is the ultimate attack of the Rune of Punishment. Alright, so we are now poisoned. So what we're going to do is we're going to concentrate our attack to the Seed of Light. Kika also. And Ted will use this flowing rune, Kindness Lake. He will heal us all, including our status illnesses, alright? Alright. Now that's the trouble we have. Okay. So now, both Seeds of Light have been eliminated. We can focus on concentrating our attacks to this giant tree. By the true friend stack of Laszlo and Snow. And you will see why I've invested so much in training them and increasing their weapons level and their powerful physical damage attack. Look at this combination. Okay, as regards Kika, I will just put first mix herb to Ted so that he can regain his powers. So the Soul Eater, the giant tree, 1,500 damage to the giant tree. So Ted will use this. 1,399. Wow. Okay, so Ted is back in full force. So this giant tree is charging. That's 2,636. We're just gonna continue pouring it on because there's no limit in using that. And we're just gonna do this Soul Eater also. Alright. So basically, that's the principle here. We can attain this kind of domination by pouring it out in the training room in the ship. Alright. So that was easy. The giant tree has been defeated without it being able to perform its ultimate attack when its feathers becomes white. You know, that's usually the signal that is going to give the ultimate attack. So right now we can see that we dominated this fight, and the reason for that is I've spent so many of the Suikoden 4 characters in the training room. And in the training room, you will have so many incentives, including the Fury Rune. So during my first fight against this boss back then in 2005, I believe my level there was only 53 or 54. Laszlo was 53 or 54, and I have two magicians with him, Vicky, Jean, and Lino and Kulde. So those are very, in compared to these characters, the damage that was being given by those 4 characters I used when I first beat the giant tree, barely defeated the giant tree. It's nothing compared to these 4. So my advice is, in order for you to dominate against the final boss, you should level up your characters and you should equip Laszlo, Snow, and Kika several runes which can increase the physical attack, and Ted also because of the Soul Eater. So with that, I hope I have helped you formulate a strategy to beat this giant tree. And we will have a Suikoden 4 walkthrough, game through, and I hope this episode have enticed you to play this Suikoden series. We're going to start with Suikoden 4 because in the Suikoden 4 timeline, this was the conflict that started it all. We may see another Suikoden in the future, but as of now, this Suikoden started is the starting point of the Suikoden timeline. So, thank you. I am Francis Coleman, Bionic Anseng. Subscribe to my channel, and we will do a lot of Suikoden 4 playthroughs, and we will also discuss how to beat the other Suikoden boss, Suikoden 1, 2, 3. Thank you, and subscribe.